trade recap for March 7th, 2024. What can I say? Um, Today was a very active day trading. Some wild swings. I think I almost hit my max loss, but was able to kind of trade my way back into profit. And then right at the end, lose a little bit of that profit as well. So I think I was up basically $300. So I was down over 400, roughly 500, 600 or so. Um, in the negative just for today. So, luckily the next couple trades I took were in the green, and I went from down, I don't know, let's say 5 to 600 to basically up about 500. And then took a stupid trade at the end and give it back. The first trade of the day is Tesla. Really wish my mentor was here to check out his watch list, because I'm trying to mix my low float trading with general Nasdaq stocks. He would have had some Nasdaq's or S&P 500 stocks on this watch list. Typically, he has Tesla on his watch list, so I decided I'll go back to my old strategies, and I'll trade Tesla today. So went to the old tried and true 5-minute breakout with Tesla. Just waited for the 5-minute candle to print. Entered on the breakout, hit one target, and then second target or stopped out. Profit stop, break even right there. Yeah, not a lot going on with that one. Almost thought about getting back in some point in there, but I was able to maintain my discipline and just wait for the next stop. So the next trade I took was on RVSN. This was another opening range breakdown trade. So for this one, this is also a low float stock. So I didn't want to wait for confirmation before I make my entry. I took it on the break. I got in somewhere around here, and it actually went low enough for me to make a profit. I just didn't expect it for the move to be so quick, and I just wasn't prepared. So stock came back up and just took me out. So I kind of like this setup. Just to grade it, I would say my entry on this stock was a C. If I could have got in closer to the break level, that would be a B or A for my entry. The setup, probably a B. C plus setup. Execution, A. Overall trade, a B. And the one for Tesla, the last stock, the grading on that is a A for setup, or I would say a B plus for setup, because there was no catalyst to make it a A. entry on it was an A, execution A, overall trade A minus. So yeah, that's it. Let's go to the next trade. So I decided to take a trade on lit. I did this one was pretty active today. So I decided to try to get in on the bounce, and I freaking take myself out, I believe, on this trade. Just knowing that it's about to hit my stop, I decided to cut losses on that. So that was done because I re-entered right here, and it was a completely whole new trade. Luckily, it started working in my favor. Before I knew it, took my eyes off it for a half a minute. I turned back. Oh yeah, I think I was having internet issues, so the chart had trouble rendering, so it took a while. But by the time I saw it, I had to kind of regroup and determine whether, I should stay in the trade or not. And I decided to go ahead and add here, which was kind of risky, but I was really trying to push for strong winners because, especially the fact that I just lost on this trade, I kind of wanted to make that back too. So, it wasn't good that I had this loss in the back of my mind. But I think at this point, that's 2 losses in a row, and it is started to play on me. Now, this entry here was a little bit iffy because at this point, I was thinking it's gonna get weak and fade. But yeah, here comes the pop. I add here, take profits here, take profits here, and then I was getting ready to take more profits. I think. Nope, it was 2. Yeah, what happened? No, yeah, I took profits here. Okay, yeah, and so I was getting ready to take my last profit, but then it didn't hold. And as it comes back here, I'm debating on whether I should just take my last bit of profits. But I convinced myself just hold it. I got a pretty okay entry on it, so I can give it some room. And sure enough, I decide to add here on this candle, and then I think I exit at this candle. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Dang, what is that? What happened? Having a hard time remembering. So I think that was the end of this trade. After I added, I just got out as it dipped below, and then here's when I entered a whole new trade. So here's the third trade. Enter here, add here, sell, and then final target was going to be 19, but it was jumping. It jumped back down so quickly after it hit 18. I decided, okay, I need to lower my target, so I lowered it to 18, and then on this candle is where I saw it struggling, so I decided to get out a little early and save myself a little bit of money as well. But yeah, definitely could have held on to my final piece and got out where I wanted to, which was around 18. But yeah, I thought this was okay, so I'm not too mad at that. So yeah, overall, this was offered some pretty good opportunities for me to take advantage of. Unfortunately, this one really effed me up. I should have never been out of this trade. I took myself out. Had I just allowed for my stop to work, I would still be in it. But to grade this trade, execution was a fail. I didn't stick to the plan. I got out early, and there was no need to, because I didn't save myself much. Setup is at C, entry B, overall trade C. This next trade setup is a C plus, entry is a B plus, execution was pass. My next trade was this one. Oh, no, here. So I'm not quite sure this was a really good trade setup here. This wasn't too bad, but the fact that I got out here, I couldn't hold through all this after re-enter, sucks. And this was not the best. But anyways, execution on this trade is a pass. Overall trade, B plus, entry C plus, C, yeah. But yeah, that's that one. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Anyways, next one. Next stock is OCEA. Yeah, so this one was kind of iffy. The setup, I didn't like the candles, but the 9 was holding really good, so I got a pretty good entry on this one. First exit was here. Oh no, I added. Okay. Yeah, took profit here, and then I saw this overhead resistance, and stock was looking real funky, so I just saved my losses or cut my losses. Got out here when yeah, because I added here, my new stop loss had to be raised, so I definitely would have been out around here, but saved myself a little bit of pain. So this got a winner with this target. This was basically a break even, slightly, maybe 20-30 bucks in the green for this one, so I'll take it. The setup was a C plus, entry B, execution pass, overall trade C plus, B minus. Next trade is PIK. So this chart, I don't know what happened to the chart, but this should be around the $4 range. This chart's messed up, but basically I got in here, got in pretty heavy. This was around $4, and I think I bought 2,000 shares. Saw the little tweezer bottom hanging on the 20 EMA. Decided to go for it. Looked like a pretty easy setup. Pretty, easy stock to trade. But yeah, I got in, it was jumping back and forth. It just took me out. Hit my risk management stop loss or whatever it's called for a trade to pull. So it automatically took me out. Because otherwise, I would have been holding on a bit longer and suffered a worse loss. So that's one situation where they protected me for myself. Yeah, setup is a solid C plus entry on this. It's not good. Again, once I log in and everything, the stock jumps up and I get a bad entry. I mark it in at damn near the top. So I gotta stop doing, especially when I go large size. I gotta just be patient. But entry, yeah, entry's a D. Execution, I don't know. Pass. Overall trade, a D plus. C minus. Next stock is Sound, which was a pretty easy trade, pretty almost stress free. The reason why it wasn't, so let me just say I got in here on the bounce, pretty decent feel. I was iffy about getting in given the price and how slow it was, but I get in here, and what stressed me out is stock had a hard time hitting my first target. Like, yeah, it just wasn't. I think my target was 570 or 580, I think it was. Yeah, and it just got stuck at 579. So I just kept thinking, this crap is about to fail. But no, it hit it, and then it got even stronger. And my next target was going to be 6, and this hit a high of 597, and it started turning around. So I just realized I should just, I'm not going to fight over 5 cents. I'll just get out. Got out about 590 or so here, and then I kind of regretted it, but two hits. I'm cool with that. Setup here is a B plus A minus. My entry was a B plus A minus. Execution A. Overall trade A. And this is the daily on SON. Been trading it for the past week, almost every day, or several days. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Profit 300 today. Like I mentioned earlier, I gave a few hundred back on the last trade. But so much trading today, I'm already close to my total trades minimum. So, but the key is this damn profit target. It's going to be hard getting there. So hopefully tomorrow I do a better job. Stay more focused, stay more disciplined. Overall, the discipline today was all right. It's all right. Only I think one trade I kind of just jumped in and due to anxiety with the yeah, all these setups were okay. This is the one I jumped. Yeah, I got a little anxious right here on this one, and max I marked it in here, but overall setup was fine. I just needed a better entry on that. Yeah. So I'm looking back on this. My anxiety didn't play a huge factor today, so that's good. So I need to maybe continue on my new medication. It might be helping with that. That's all.